Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Tom Johnson begins now.
Good evening. First tonight, there are no new coronavirus cases in Tasmania and no new exposure sites have been recorded overnight as southern Tasmanians grapple with a snap 3-day stay-at-home order. But the Premier has urged police to throw the book at the COVID-positive 31-year-old responsible for the lockdown, arguing the penalty doesn't fit the crime.
Hobart streets bleak and empty on what would normally be a day of bustling activity as residents across 12 council areas in southern Tasmania were last night plunged into a 3-day lockdown.
I must admit it did fill me with great sadness walking past the businesses that were closed and noting those that were doing their very best to supply takeaways and to have pivoted, and I just want to say thank you to them for that.
Overnight, no new COVID cases or additional exposure sites were recorded, but the list of close contacts to the 31-year-old man infected with the Delta strain has grown to 158.
It includes around 70 people who were identified and confirmed as having been at Woolworths at a time of concern, and there's another 40 or so referrals that came in late yesterday.
But as the effects of his actions become even clearer, the Premier is arguing that current penalties don't go far enough.
In light of the circumstances that we're in, that we should throw the book at people that flaunt our rules and send a very strong signal that this is just simply not on.
Tasmania Police has the option of putting this man before the court and actually summonsing him for any breaches, and the law allows the presiding magistrate to impose a $17,000 fine or 6 months imprisonment.
The southern lockdown affecting people all over the state, including South Australian Olivia Barr and her partner Alec, who travelled to the Apple Isle to elope and managed to squeeze in their wedding on the East Coast yesterday before their photographer broke the news.
She said to us, no, this area is going into lockdown as well. So we packed up and we moved up the coast and we're going home tomorrow.
Police remain out in force to monitor compliance, 6 people receiving infringements overnight.
I understand there's been a person arrested down in Kingston earlier today, and I'll have details about that tomorrow. But as an example where obviously it escalated to a point where an arrest needed to be made for someone not wearing a mask.
Tasmanians turned out in record numbers for testing yesterday, and to help manage demand, a mobile clinic has opened up here at My State Bank Arena. But Public Health says ending this lockdown hinges upon more people turning up for testing in the coming days and rolling up their sleeves to get their COVID jab. A new vaccination clinic is now open at the Good Shed in Hobart. Around 1,000 people walking into state clinics without a booking yesterday.
And it is critically important that we do reach that testing rate per capita, and we're watching each of the LGAs in relation to those testing rates.
Access has been extended to people who have lost income under the stay-at-home order as more Tasmanians face hardship. The Premier urging everyone to stick together and keep the lockdown as short as possible so that life can return to normal come Monday night. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
After years of planning, designing and building, the Australian Antarctic Division's newest icebreaker has finally arrived in Hobart. Despite the lockdown forcing crowds to stay away, the Noina received a warm welcome to its new home this morning ahead of its first journey to the icy continent.
On a grey Hobart morning, our nation's newest gateway to the Antarctic emerged from the mist. Years in the making, the Noina sailed down the River Derwent on the final leg of its journey from Europe, the $1.9 billion ship making its presence known. 2 tugs greeting it at Sandy Bay to escort the icebreaker to port, the vessel cutting an imposing figure as it cruised into its new home on Hobart's waterfront. For staff, it was the end of a long but memorable journey.
Elated, but also a little exhausted as well. Yeah, it's been a long voyage.
Missed home, missed my wife and kids, but it's been fantastic, an experience of a lifetime.
Thousands were due to greet her, but the lockdown ended those plans. Pockets of people, however, gathered to say hello, building on the relationship between the mission and the city.
It gives Hobart a strong identity and connection with the Southern Ocean, with the Antarctic, people strongly identify with it.
An incredible vessel which will carry on a legacy we are so very proud of. I look forward to seeing its accomplishments.
At its peak, it will carry 149 people and travel at up to 60 knots through some of the roughest waters on the planet. The Noina's handling on its inaugural journey winning praise.
It drives really well. It makes me look like an expert. It's easy to control. It's got so much power.
It will stay in port for 8 weeks, with local businesses helping prepare it. After that, its destination, Antarctica.
Her real journey is only just beginning. This ship will be the backbone of Australia's Antarctic program for the next 30 years.
The crew can't wait to see their new vessel at its full potential.
I have no doubt that, it'll be pushing aside and breaking ice, much easier than I could ever have imagined.
A vessel whose name translates into Southern Lights, preparing to shine bright. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Taking a stand against domestic violence, Launceston men have assembled at UTAS Stadium for White Ribbon Day. Men from footy clubs, schools and local businesses all pledging to be part of a positive change.
This is not just a women's issue or just a men's issue, it is a whole society issue, and we need to be standing up, saying no very clearly, any type of abuse.
If we educate the youth now, in future times, we'll be educated about this stuff and know that it's not okay.
In Australia, 1 woman a week is killed by a current or former partner. Showbags, sideshow alley and sweet treats aplenty have drawn thousands to the Longford Show. COVID restrictions were a dampener, but the event is one of only 4 shows going ahead this spring.
Many a show has stalled in the last 2 years, but the Longford Show was at full rev today. Trial bike tricks mesmerising many a new fan.
Yeah, we just did the second demo there and it was quite a crowd. I think they like it. The better you are, the more technical your section becomes, and the objective is not to put your foot down.
Punters piled into the Longford Showground, show favourites filling the program.
We're just about to go to the snake displays.
Gone on the jumping castles and gone on the RMS Titanic in the boat ride thing.
The cherry ripe, nerd and Cadbury minties and stuff for the family.
The show bags are here, the rides are here, the free entertainment's here. Yeah, it's going really well.
The summer woodchopping season also underway. Champion cutter Cody Steers taking out another Tassie title.
First show of the season, so obviously we've lost quite a few shows, but to get here today, it's fantastic.
The usual array of animals assembled, horses jumping for joy, sheds brimming with birds, and experts judging the best budgie.
Generally the colour, the vibrance and so forth, they're fascinating to watch. As a kid I could sit and watch them for hours.
But there was no room for any chickens in Sideshow Alley. It's been a bleak show season for many, with most events cancelled. Those who make a living at this time of year are just happy to see the Longford Show get off the ground.
It's fabulous, and hats off to Longford Show for the wonderful effort that they've put in. We've had a successful show, so we can't complain.
They're all hoping next week's Royal Hobart Show can go ahead. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Launceston Church Grammar School has unveiled a redeveloped cricket pavilion as part of its 175th birthday. Parts of the former structure have been upcycled, such as floorboards with decades-old stud marks becoming a one-of-a-kind scorers table.
It's a place that has a lot of memories for people here at the school as part of their cricketing and football history, and we're thrilled now that so many boys and girls are playing the sport and continues to be a big part of the school community today.
As part of the anniversary celebrations, the school held a gala day hosting its alumni. In the WBBL, the match between the Hobart Hurricanes and Melbourne Renegades is going down to the wire. Batting first, the Hurricanes could only manage 121 from their 20 overs, and while the Renegades started their chase strong, late wickets have turned the contest around.
After a nervous wait, the Hobart Hurricanes season got underway in front of an empty Blunston Arena. The Hurricanes batted first, Ruth Johnson making an impressive start.
The top and should result in another boundary to Johnston, who's got a very nice start here.
The Renegades snaring her for 20. Her replacement at the crease didn't last long.
That's worth a shout and given.
Rachel Priest kept the score ticking over before being sent packing on 21. Risha was dismissed in similar circumstances, while Nicola Carey lasted just 10 balls.
Got her straight through. Carey was looking to try and dictate terms.
And when Maloney recorded a 2-ball dark, Hobart were in trouble at 6 for 95. Naomi Stalenberg rescuing the innings with some late hitting. The Canes eventually setting a target of 122. The Renegades starting strong in reply.
That's through and that's 4. A lovely shot from Sophie Molyneux.
Sophie Molyneux, however, was gone for 16 after being run out. Jemima Rodriguez started to warm up to the chase, while Launceston's Courtney Webb was feeling at home.
Webb is in an aggressive mood, and Richard Gosh again.
The pair taking the score past 50 as they put together a strong partnership. Webb especially enjoying the Blunston conditions.
Oh, that's going out the door. What a strike from Courtney Webb.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania has had the perfect start to its Marsh One-Day Cup campaign, beating Western Australia by 4 wickets. The Tigers bowling unit had the Warriors on the ropes at 5 for 58, but Ashton Turner's century led them to a total of 218. Man of the match, Jordan Silk's unbeaten 90 helped Tasmania chase down the total with 6 overs to spare.
That's another good shot. Really good shot.
It's the Tigers' first one-day win in WA since 2013.
Good evening. Showers today for western, southern and central areas, while mostly fine in the north of the state. The high was 19 in Launceston and Devonport, 17 in Burnie and Hobart, 15 degrees. Low Head and St Helens also recording the high of 19 today, 17 on Flinders Island and at Bushy Park. Friendly Beaches, 16, 14 at Grove. Maria Island, 13, 13 also for King Island and Strawn. Luncheon Hill, 11 and 8 degrees at Lyawini. On the satellite, we can see that cloud covering most of the state today with clear skies in the central north. Spiralling clouds seen here around a low in the Tasman Sea. Low cloud is moving across southeastern Australia in a south to southwesterly stream, and a little cloud is over WA while the rest of the country is mostly cloud-free. Tomorrow, an area of high pressure sits over eastern Australia, extending a weak ridge over Tasmania, and a series of troughs lie over WA. Southwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, reaching 30 knots about the east in the early morning, tending west to northwesterly 15 to 25 knots later in the morning, reaching up to 30 knots about the south. Seas 1 to 3 metres. A strong wind warning is current for Storm Bay and also for northern, eastern and southern coastal waters from Stanley to Low Rocky Point, not including Bank Strait and Franklin Sound. A moderate flood warning has been issued for the South Esk and Macquarie rivers. A minor flood warning is current for the North Esk and Jordan rivers, and a flood watch is current for the North, Northeast, Huon, Derwent and Southeast river catchments. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart and Richmond cloudy, 17 degrees. Ooze a possible shower, 16. A partly cloudy day in Launceston, 18. Cloudy in Devonport, 16. And also in Deloraine, 17. A cloudy day ahead for Burnie, 16 degrees. Showers increasing at Strawn, 15. 15 also for Curry with a shower or 2 there. 18 and partly cloudy in St Helens and Swansea tomorrow. And Whitemark partly cloudy, 16. The UV tomorrow is a high 6. Looking ahead to Monday, showers extending statewide during the morning, then contracting to the east and south in the evening. Snow to 800 metres in the south in the afternoon. Tuesday, light showers about the southeast and Bass Strait Islands, mostly fine elsewhere. And Wednesday, fine apart from light showers about the north. A sunny day ahead for Canberra, 19, Sydney 22 and Brisbane 28. Partly cloudy in Melbourne, 19 and Alice Springs 36. And Adelaide, a mostly sunny day, 23. Right now in Hobart, it's 12 and partly cloudy. Launceston, 15 and sunny. Devonport, 14 and sunny. And Tom, great to see the Longford Show went ahead today with nice weather for the punters to enjoy the festivities.
Yeah, it looked like a beautiful day out there. Thanks for that, Carmen. And that's all from us here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your evening.